CAG bag, I think. Here's some CAG bags from the chat first. CAG bag questions from the chat. Sit Sam Bree asks, "How is jury duty, and who did you throw in the slammer?" I had jury duty for the first time in a long time yesterday, and it lasted 2 hours, and then they sent me home. I don't have to go back. So that was pretty good. Pandemic. That's one good thing about the pandemic. If you get jury duty, there's not much going on, and you don't have to sit close to anybody, which is good. I like that. They did a good job keeping us apart. But yeah, I knew it was going to be good when the woman kept saying, "Today is a really good day to serve." Wink, wink. Like she literally, not that we had a choice.
Did she literally wink?
She said, "Well."
She said wink, wink?
She said wink, wink. Yeah, she did say wink, wink. And she yelled at somebody for using their phone while she was talking. She said, "Sir, it looks like you're using your camera. There is no photography allowed in the courtroom." No, that was I had already taken a picture and posted it. Yeah. And then she yelled at some other guy, right? Like maybe like 5 minutes later. And then I went and deleted my picture. It wasn't a picture of anybody. It was just a picture of the wall.
No. Yeah.
I don't think it was going to like help anybody break into the court and take it over. But I want to follow. I didn't know that you weren't allowed to do that. I didn't see any signs when I was there. I know sometimes you're not allowed, but
it's a good way to get out of there, though. Well, I gotta take some pictures of this. Excuse me, sir. What are you doing? I don't trust anything that I can't keep photographs of and look at later. And the judge will be like, "Okay, you're out. You're out."
Didn't have to do that. Didn't have to do anything. No. You know, I've never gotten close to being on a jury. I've never been asked a question by a lawyer. I've always gotten sent home within or just never called up. And sometimes I think I've been there for the whole week and not like in Manhattan, sit there for the whole week and then they don't even get called up.
I always get asked a question and I always show that I have a bias to one side or the other.
No,
and then they send me home within about 3 minutes.
You do try to fuck with them? You try to fuck with them?
Yeah, of course I do. It's fun because it's it's a good time. And B, I don't want to be there anymore. It's like, well, this case is going to be about a car accident. Do you have one? My mother was injured in a car accident and it was a hit and run. So really, if you hit a car, I have a real problem with that.
You hit a car?
If someone hits another car and they're not willing to take responsibility and has to get this far to court, yeah, I have a real problem with that.
And then you start going, boo, boo, car, boo, 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 boo.
And then the lawyer was like, "Okay, you're out."
Sergeant at arms.
I was there for maybe another 15 seconds after I said that. No. They're like, "Okay, you're out." And that was it.
Sad there.
Done for 6 years.
What else here's a question from Dr. Monster. He says, "I want to know if Shipwreck knew that Rocky Balboa was in G.I. Joe."
I don't know that he ever got in there. He was going to be, unless he was in one of the comics. I don't remember him being there. I know he was supposed to be the counterpoint to Big Boa on Cobra.
Big Boa is somebody?
Yeah, Big Boa. Yeah. He had a silly mask and a blue shirt and they had boxing gloves and he came with the boxing bag. Right?
Big Boa, I don't think had a shirt. I think he had like suspenders with spikes on them.
It was I thought it was like tank top.
It might have been. He had like spikes on his shirt too.
I want to say a tank top.
He came with little rubber boxing gloves.
Mm-hmm.
And
the boxing gloves are cool.
And a boxing bag on a pole.
Yes.
But they never made that figure. The
correct
Rocky Balboa figure.
Right, I'm looking at it now. Oh, well.
Yeah, it was the same type of thing they did. It was the same with Sergeant Slaughter and Fridge Perry.
I forgot about Fridge.
Oh, yeah, no, it wasn't a tank top. You were correct. It was just like red suspenders.
Red
blue
suspenders
pants.
With spikes on them. Yeah.
Yeah. I had my colors mixed up. I was thinking blue with red on the bottom. It's other way around.
Right. All right. Here's a question from Spardion1998. Do we know Cheapy's stance on Robocop versus Terminator, the comic? I don't like Terminator in my Robocop. Robocop is about arresting people and being a police officer, and I don't feel like he should be involved in like in Terminator stuff, Predator stuff. He really should just be focusing on his job, which is a police officer in old Detroit.
What about RoboCop and Batman?
No, I don't know. No, Batman doesn't need to work with RoboCop, and RoboCop doesn't need to work with Batman. A cop is
What about RoboCop and Inspector Gadget?
that makes more sense. At least they're both in the same profession. They
And they're
could
both
work together.
half
They could
robots.
collaborate on something. I could feel.
Right. I think that would be something I would like to see.
They both have a lot of springs inside them.
Yeah, I think that's the team up.
They
right
both
there.
dated Murphy.
They both what? Dated Murphy?
Oh no, he is Murphy. What's
He
the?
is
Yeah.
Murphy.
I'm like, what's the other cop's name? The female cop.
Her name is Lewis.
Lewis. Thank you. They both dated Lewis.
And Lewis.
Yeah, they both dated Lewis.
Yeah, that would be a good team up because RoboCop doesn't have a great personality, and Inspector Gadget is kind of a fuck up, but he's got a good personality.
Right. I think there's something there.
There is something there. You have to think about that.
Bum,
Yeah,
ba,
pitch
bum,
that
ba,
to
ba.
Netflix.
Inspector RoboCop.
Team up.
Oh, team up.
Is Penny allowed? I don't. Penny
And
was
Brain?
okay. They were fine. I wish that Inspector Gadget could solve the crimes on his own once in a while,
Mm-hmm.
but
Maybe they get kidnapped.
Uncle
that's why
Gadget, that
RoboCop
man
has to
fell in the
be-
toxic waste.
Right. That's why RoboCop has to be there.
because Penny
to
gets
help-
kidnapped.
Yeah, Penny and Brain get kidnapped. So they need RoboCop to be the guy who knows how to get stuff done when
Right.
Uncle
Like, as
Gadget, that
Inspector
woman's
Gadget
gonna get
is, like-
raped. Shoot him in the dick.
on his roller skates. Yeah, like
Right.
RoboCop is like shooting all the guys in the dick behind Inspector Gadget as he's like on his roller skates.
Hello, RoboCop. It's me, Gadget. We've got a bit of a problem over here. Are you available? Anyway, that would be good. I'd watch that. That was pretty much my favorite show. One of my favorite shows growing up.
Inspector Gadget.
Yeah. I used to have dreams about driving the Gadgetmobile around, and it was a good car, It turned into a
You know,
van.
it's funny. I've never felt bad for you before until this episode. So
It was a good show. It had a good song.
Could it either be in a van or a hatchback? Either.
Mhm.
either
No, that
way.
wasn't a hatchback. That was
it was a hatchback. That was
No,
a
no, no, no. Look at that car. That car probably looks cool today. It's not a hatchback. It was 2 doors. It had a hook that could shoot off the front, like a claw, a big claw, and it was fast. It could the
It was a
wheels.
Honda
it could-
CRX.
No, it was longer than that. It was long and it was low to the ground. It could be a Sportback, but that was before Sportbacks were invented. I feel so. I'm not sure. It could have been
Ahead
ahead of
of
its
the game.
time.
Yep.
More CAGbag from Darth Rook. AC Valhalla is coming out soon. Who's in? Where did everyone leave off on AC Odyssey? Wombat, you finished AC Odyssey.
I
think.
did finish AC Odyssey. I
What-
didn't play any of the DLC, but I did play the game.
It's a lot of game.
It's a lot of game.
Without
I
the
enjoyed that
DLC.
game very, very much, though. I want to play Valhalla very much. It's probably my most anticipated game of the year. I don't know if I'm gonna go day one, mostly because I don't know. I did pre-order that Series X from Amazon, but they didn't say when it's gonna show up, and I don't know if I want to start it on the old console and move to the new console, or if
Could
I
be a
want
good
that to be.
comparison.
I know. It's just that that's where my brain's at.
That's some brain.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that burp smelled like salad.
Thanks.
No.
Oh,
my
you were
burp.
insulting me. I missed it. I'm sorry.
No, I said my burp smells like salad, and then you said thanks.
Yeah, well, you don't win friends with salad.
But they make you burp. I don't know. I got to admit, I got some AC burnout, especially after that Ghost of Tsushima game. Like that was pretty good. That like satisfied a lot of my AC craving. It was pretty well done. So
I never
Wow.
even started Odyssey, so
it was good.
I know it was good.
Odyssey is so good.
I
also haven't
played
really
a lot of Assassin's
played much.
Creed.
Right. You got to not play some of these geek Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah, I
otherwise
didn't
it's
play
annoying.
Ghost of Tsushima, so
You should have.
yeah,
You still
I
can.
should have. Yeah.
That co-op stuff just came out in Ghosts, by the way. I haven't checked.
Oh,
We should
out
do
yet.
that.
Do you want to play it?
Sure.
Do you have it?
I do have it.
Okay.
He
good.
has it, yeah.
Good. It's totally separate from the other one.
Perfect.
It's a whole new tutorial and everything.
Love tutorials.
Yes, you do. This was interesting. I don't know. Well, I'll just sort of interpret this guy's comment from Big Busy. This is an informational type comment. He's talking about Apex Legends, and they have their version of skill-based matchmaking. And what they do is they will start matching you with better teammates if you start losing a lot of matches. So you don't get bummed out and keep you in the game longer. So instead of just like matching you with opponents who are of similar skill level, it's sort of like how Overwatch, when you have loot boxes, if you don't open a loot box, get a legendary in a while, they automatically give you one after a certain number. It's sort of like this. If you keep doing really shitty in the game, they'll start pairing you with really good players so you don't get discouraged. It's a good strategy, and it makes a lot of sense. I haven't played this game in a while, but I feel like sometimes like I'm doing really shitty, and all of a sudden I'm playing with a guy who's got like 8 kills. So I don't know. It's a good plan. I think like they want to keep people playing. It's less insidious than the loot box thing, I feel. What do you think? Or is it just as insidious?
I don't know how I would feel if I was like one of the top players, like the top tier players. And
Right.
they're just constantly like, oh, here's the next dead weight that I have to deal with.
Yeah. They're like, it's like a time whale, sort of like these guys, maybe these top players aren't spending a lot of money in the game.
So is this the reason why Apex doesn't have a dedicated solo option?
They do sometimes, I think. They must
They
have
do.
events.
They do some, again, not a dedicated one. They have a sometimes one. Because if they had just solos, it would solve this issue for these top tier players. But if you don't allow that to be in the game,
Right.
then you're gonna have these anchor mission people that are gonna, lead to this gambling style system. Like, Fortnite has solos, which is what I usually play.
Right.
So I'm not dealing with other people ever. So
Or just play with your friends in a squad, and then you don't have to worry about it.
yes, I played with a couple of. I played with Darkness, who's in the show stream chat 2 days ago. We had a really good time. We didn't win, but we came in second place twice.
Fantastic then. Fantastic.
Yeah, I know.